Welcome to this week's Mindful Minutes.
Hello, everybody. Mike Walker here with Abide in Christ Ministries, bringing a Mindful Minute. Today, I want to talk about the ups and downs of life. And I love the way that Jesus left us when he talked to his disciples just before he left in John 16, verse 33, the last verse of John 16. He said, "These things have I spoken to you, that in me you might have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I've overcome the world." Some versions say, "Be of good courage. I've overcome the world." So as we look at this, we know that in our life, there are the ups and downs, the ins and outs, and all the challenges that come. But Jesus said, "I'm going to leave my peace with you." Now think about this. In the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve, it was a peaceful place, and that's where God met them. I know that God's with us all the time. Jesus promised, "I will never leave you, I'll never forsake you." But there is something incredible about living in that place of peace. I love Philippians chapter 4, where he starts out in verse 1, the Apostle Paul from a Roman prison. And he says this, "Stand firm in your faith." Then he says, "Rejoice in the Lord always." And again, I say rejoice. He says, "Don't worry about anything, but pray about everything with a thankful heart, and the peace of God that passes understanding will fill your heart and mind." That's an incredible promise. Now, I want you to think about life. Maybe the picture of an ocean. That's our life, the ocean. And on the surface of life is all the movement. You know, the waves are coming, and once in a while, there are storms that come, and the waves get really big. I mean, there's a lot going on. There's one thing after another happening. But if you go down deep enough, the water never changes. It's just calm and peaceful. And sometimes we need to make the choice to not allow what's going on the surface, the outward things, to disturb that center of peace on the inside of our heart. I heard this story about a contest, and I just want to share it with you as I bring this to a close. The contest was having these painters paint a painting that would reflect or reveal peace. And so all these beautiful paintings began to show up. They turned them in for the contest. There were beautiful scenic views of mountain lakes. There were beautiful paintings of flowers and, a beautiful cabin in the woods where you could see in the window and see the fire going on, in the fireplace, just all serenity. But none of those won the first prize. Now, this is very interesting to me. The way I heard it, the one that won the first prize was a painting of a terrible storm. And the whole right side of the painting was this big storm. And on the left side was a painting of a cliff. And on that cliff was a bird with its wings protecting its young. They were at peace. They weren't worried about the storm. They weren't letting what was on the surface pull them out of their place of peace. And when we go to the scripture in Psalms 91, I love Psalms 91. And it starts out in verse 1, "He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High will abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my Refuge in my fortress, my God, in him will I trust. And then we're going to talk about the surface storms again. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and the noisome pestilence. Listen to verse 4. He shall cover you with his feathers. Under his wings shall you trust. His truth will be your shield and buckler. Friends, I want to encourage you today. Find that place of peace. Don't let all the noise and all the things on the surface pull you out. Stress is so hard on us physically. We need your rest when you sleep at night, and you find that rest in Jesus. He gives us the peace that passes understanding. Don't worry about anything, but pray about everything with a thankful heart, and the peace that passes understanding will be sent to you from God to fill your heart and mind. God bless you. Thank you so much for listening today. Have an incredible, peace-filled day. Check out our website at aicministry.com.
Thank you for watching.